October 26th. This is going to be the longest day ever. But you know what? I thought I might as well just document the steps of this wild and crazy idea. And can't we all just celebrate each other? So I'm going to just share. I'm going to share this, okay? So just bear with me. Also, want to give you a tip right now. When we listen to people, when we're trying to learn when it comes to video, just be mindful that there is a button as far as either speeding up the way I talk or slowing me down to a speed that you can listen to. Okay? All right, there's a little bit of a humor. So I truly, truly, truly want to try to inspire you to think your way to $1 million. Now, my brain works as fast as Chat GBT, or uh, or it works as fast as me. I don't know. So I want to drop this exercise right now, today, on day one, as you see how a few things technically that you can pull together. And if this one video helps to skyrocket your creativity, and then you know what, maybe next week you message me and say, hey, Ann Marie, oh my God, I already made $1 million. Whoop. Part of my voice, seeing that I was at the conference all week, we were sharing a lot of ideas. So, here we go. All right. So, from earlier's video today, I had uploaded, it's probably still in draft. So, I'm going to bring you over there right now. As you see my channel as it is right now during this video, I'm going to actually be walking through this exercise right now. I'm going to change some of the title to align more with the goal that it is that I want to achieve, and that is to make an impact on maybe possibly 1 million people. But with that, sounds like a big, big, big idea, right? A million's too small because the internet. How many billions of people are on the planet? So who knows? This might reach actually 1 billion people. But if it reaches just you, just you, just you, just you, just you, just you, I've already done my job. So let's get busy with this. All right, so I'm going to go over here on my channel. I'm going to customize my channel. And then let me go and see my videos, and bear with me because I'm on like creative creative overload here. All right. I'm already not in the right space. And what I'm not doing, so that you know right now, is I'm not going to be going through on how to set up YouTube. You'll want to tune in for a different uh, video. I'll have videos on that coming up very soon. So let me go back to the channel, and then let me go to videos. Okay, so here's just a quick look of previous videos I did. That's before I had my clear, concise vision that I'm going to bring to life. All right, so let's see. And I'm going to go over here. All right, and then let me go upload video. I'm just going to pull it up again because I don't think I wound up doing it. Okay, so brave, big, bold things that you can do. If you have an idea, name the folder after that idea. Wild and crazy, huh? But staying the same is only going to get you the same results, right? So it says October 6th. This was when I just woke up. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to upload that right now. All right. Okay. So now how my brain works is one idea just fires off a completely another idea, and praise the Easter bunny that like Chat GBT is here. Okay. So as I bring this movie in my head to life, I'm like, God, I need some help. So I am certified and enough stuff that it would take a team of 8, according to ChatGPT. So now I'm going to bring you over to ChatGPT. Okay. So right here, it starts with, and I'm just going to read this to you. Okay. It says, okay, so I'm uploading a new YouTube and I need a title. Here's what I did. I recorded me with no makeup on. Still don't have makeup on, people. I'm in my pajamas. I went outside to share how when we bought our house in 1999, this is to paint a picture of where I started, and I'm inviting the public, which is you, to join me to take a look at the inside of my life while I tell the story. And we all have one. And I want you right now to own your story. If there was pain in it, own it, and then flip it, because your pain and your misery can be somebody, you can help somebody with that if you're able to flip it in a positive way where it's not it can help somebody else. You want to get over your trauma? You know what? Help somebody get over theirs. There you go. And FYI, for any disclaimers, I'm not a psychologist. I'm just somebody that made up my mind in 1984, to be exact. I was 14 years old, looking out the window, going, yep, I'm getting out. I am getting out, and I'm going to have a different life, and it's going to be different than this. I had no clue at 14 what that was, but I knew I was going to get out. Okay. So while I tell you my life story, you're going to get value out of this. I promise you. I will show you what I'm going to do to inspire others, make an impact, and ultimately, you know what? For my own personal gamification of the internet, yeah, I'm going to make $1 million. You watch me. And don't watch me. God damn it, follow me, okay? Because that's what we're going to do together, all right? So, and why follow me? I'm going to as is it. I have some skills where I made a suggestion to somebody very, very close to me, and it transformed their business. And I'll leave it at that because I don't want to give everything away yet. So I have some, I have a little bit of experience in this, and I have a lot of experience in just being comfortable in my own skin and just encouraging others and encouraging you to just unleash your own genius. Okay. Your own genius. You have it. And one other thing, last week I asked ChatGPT, if we have two sides of our brain, why the hell do we only use one side? Oh, you're supposed to be an attorney, so you have to live on this side of the brain. Oh, you're a hairdresser. Oh, you just got to live on the creative side. Oh, tech, that's not for me. Well, I'm here to bust all of that up. So hang on for the ride, people. Okay. So I also explained that I'm also wearing my Cookie Monster PJ bottoms. And this is the day one of my million dollar content. So I asked the bot, what would you name it? And I put, I will make $1 million in affiliate commissions because I've decided to do so on YouTube. Instead of me saying I want to be an influencer, in fact, I know that I already am. Okay? And so are you. And I'm going to tell you this on day one, and it's 10:02 on October 6th in Western Massachusetts, okay? I got off the plane only about 12 hours ago, so I'm 12 hours into my $1 million project here. All right? And instead of me saying, and in fact, I have case studies. I already have case studies where I know that I have made an impact on other people's lives. And that is now what I want to do professionally. So October 26th of 2024, I am now saying that I am going to be doing this professionally because, hey, I'm a human that has 30 years of experience, and man, it's been a trip. So let's get this party started, all right? Okay, so this is a condensed version of how, okay, this is the first tutorial, how I have started to use ChatGPT. So you can tell it a story. It's a bot. Now, the history on this is I've been using ChatGPT for 9 months. And the best explanation I can tell you, it's like making a digital copy of yourself, where if you have a lot of these different thoughts, whatever they might be, whoever it is that you are, whatever your belief systems are, you just now have artificial intelligence to be able to streamline your ideas, make plans, make bullet points, and just get busy. So this gives an example of some ideas. So here's some title ideas that could catch the attention to align with your vision. Because I have always, forever, since 1985, when I was 15, used to watch the sci-fi movies. Here's a second tip for you. If you weren't born in 1970, and say now you're, yeah, I'd say 24 years old, and maybe up, or 24 years old, and maybe 15. How about this? 15 to 28 years old. Okay. If you have not taken the time to watch the sci fi movies in 1985, I suggest you do. They're going to probably seem corny to you, but you'll thank me, because it's going to be like watching history. So I was an early adopter of sci fi. We are now wearing and talking to the watches. We can talk to our remotes to change a TV. The cars are starting to drive themselves, and so on and so forth. And now you have a bot that you can talk to. The other thing is that with this, you can also tell it to put your personality into it. And in the next 360 something days, it's actually going to be less than 365, because the next software conference that I'll talk about later will be October 13th. So I have less than 1 year to make a solid attempt at trying to give a go at helping billions of you out there to eventually wind up making $1 million. And it's not the money, it has nothing to do with the money, because I'm already debt free. And this is what I'm going to show you in the course of my story, is just how to get a grip, how to get a grip on yourself, how to get a grip on your money, and just how to just kick any negative narratives that have been programmed by someone or your own self, because we are our worst enemies. Or for heaven's sake, shut the goddamn media off. It's just think of it as a marketing TV show. Does it ever make you feel good? Nope. Not intend to. So back to my show. All right, so I'm sitting here in my well, actually we went to coffee, so I got my Cookie Monster pajamas off. So I'm just going to rapid fire go through this, because what I want to do is speed things up, jump into the tech side, and by jumping in the tech side, by this one YouTube, you are going to be already leaving, watching this. If you got this far, and thank you very much, hit the subscribe button, with some tech knowledge to take your idea and get it online. Booyah! All right, so let's do this. All right, so then I had I'll show you like this here, okay? And this right here where the pencil is, this is me talking to the bot. So I'm just going to highlight that some. So you can see that when I started talking about this, it's sent out 5 different ideas. That was cool. And then I said maybe the ticket can be and I'll just pardon me. I'll let you in the secret sauce already. Our family's already grossed $1 million like 2 or 3 years in a row. That does not constitute that we are liquid cash millionaires, but it does give me the creds to be able to say to you, let's do this. I moved. Let me give you the quick story. I moved 23 times in 21 years growing up. Let that sink in. No, I'll answer the question. My father was not in the military. My father passed away when I was 4 years old. Let's keep moving, literally, into the future. Then next, I was the new kid 14 times in 12 grades. Yeah. So are you starting to see maybe a little bit of movement forward as why I might be so passionate to help you right now? So at the age of 14, looking out the window, watching sci-fi movies, it wasn't until in my later years. Why did I like sci-fi movies? Well, the futuristic stuff was really cool. The technology stuff was really cool, but also movies were an escape. And I didn't realize it, but I was looking into my future. But what I did, and I did so well, was actually adopt technology and implemented that into my salon in 2004. So I automated my salon 20 years ago. There's going to be more about that within my story over the next year, that the application and methods that I have taught myself over the last 2 decades, you'll be able to do for your life, but you'll be able to do for your business. All right. So then my dog just took a deep breath. Hey, Max. Hey, Max. Hey, buddy. Hey, hey, hey. Yeah, see, he's not interested. He's like, he's got the life. All right. So the first thing I can tell you to do, or suggest for you to do, is just like lean in. Lean in right now. Pretend this is your story, and it is your story. Think of the one idea that you have that you wish you could bring to life right now. I think probably about 15 years ago, somebody handed me another book, which was 1 million, was it 1 minute millionaire? If I stacked up all the books that I've only read, maybe about half half of the books, or sometimes I don't know if you do this, but you get a book and you randomly open it and there'll be one sentence that can change your life. So the 1 minute millionaire has the concepts of, oh, if you help many and you help the masses in a big way, that's one way to get it done. Then there's investing in stocks and that. And I'm not saying I'm not an expert in your specific way, but I hope that my journey, my eclectic brain cells, and my way I think, as I'm going to confidently say now as an expert visionary, because either going back to circumstances that are out of your control, aka could sometimes be called trauma. When you don't allow and you do not give permission to anything, anyone, or any set of circumstances to shape the way that those circumstances or those people or what have you want to try to shape your future, you're bulletproof at that point, okay? And here's the best thing. You don't have to be hard on yourself if you haven't started your journey yet. Okay? Some of us are just wired a little bit differently, and isn't that what makes us all great? Right? So, so think right now, write down on a piece of paper what you want to accomplish. And if you've sat in a motivational class before, you've heard this 1,000 times before, but maybe maybe me in Cookie Monster pajamas and my hair undone and my crazy. Look at this. Look at this. You want to see what's crazy? This is how much. Hey, I'll just wave it so you can't scan it, okay? But I put QR codes on my stuff. So I truly can help you try to automate your ideas. All right. So think of a subdomain. And what's a subdomain? If you already have and I'm going to walk you through in these tabs how to set that up. How to set that up. So if you have your own website, what it is this little part and name before it. So we'll talk about you right now, like you're in one of my classes, and we'll call you Mr. or Mrs. Fabulous. Okay. So Ms., what have you, Fabulous. We'll just call you Fabulous. All right. So right now you're fabulous. So you're fabulous, say .com would be the main website. That's this right here. Okay. But then what you would like to do is to have a YouTube channel and you want to inspire others to follow you and you want to have a special project. Well, that's where the subdomain comes along, and you can see where it says journey, insider, story, million journey. Now, these are just ideas that the bot gave me, but the AI isn't meant to replace you. It's meant to enhance your ideas, and it just can speed up your creative process so lightning fast that you can get shit done. Okay. So moving on. So, and it says, given the focus on my storytelling and unique journey, um, it gave some ideas. Now I am going to share with you what my intentions are from this point out. It's now about 7 after 2 on the 26th, 2024. And so I'm going to blow this up a little bit. I'm going to move this over. And it says, what about $1,000,000 ideas or $1,000,000 inspirations? Again, I don't care about the money. I made a life for myself. And sometimes the first thing that I had posted this morning, or that's actually what this video is going to be about because it's a video about the video, is that I just wanted to have a home. How many of you right now out there wish that you could have a home? What is a home? Somewhere you feel safe, right? Now, how many of you out there wish you could own a home? Yeah? Well, that was me too. So I'm going to bring you along. So come on inside, all right? So what $1,000,000 ideas or inspirations? At some point, I say I want to be able to pivot as much as I like for me to teach about tech, innovation, imagination with implementation has been enabled me to change my mindset and to make up my mind to take massive action for ideas such as this. I'm going to right now put this on pause. I'm going to take you just really quickly to let you know future pacing our relationship here on my YouTube channel. I want you to be part of my community. I want you to help grow my community. I want to be here for you because I know that I have a story now after going to this last seminar that's going to make a difference. So let's talk about this. Okay. So some goals I want to help are at least one people would be able to know that they can walk away from uncomfortable circumstances, even if it happens to be family, walk away from poverty, look in the mirror and see that they can be their own best friend. Right. And then I want you also to be able not to be programmed into believing any false narrative from anyone. And I want you to use your imagination like a magic wand. I can't say this enough. I've lived this way pretty much my whole life. And when I've taught in classes or been in seminars or with my best friends, do you know, we get together every January and we do vision boards. and it freaked them out at first because they I said, you know what, let's use our imaginations like we used to be 5 years old. Do you remember being 5 years old? You remember doing finger paints? Did you ever go outside and do mud patties? Oh my God, could you imagine getting dirty? That might not be allowed now. That might be canceled because you get dirty. You know, they might have a party where you gotta have a case of Clorox bleach wipes. And FYI, I was born in 1990, so 1990, yeah, right. Try 1970, 1970 when we used to get our hands dirty. The other thing I want to accomplish for you, to have you do, is to be able to get over any being uncomfortable, any uncomfortably, and don't mind my grammar, uncomfortable beliefs around money. I want you to become debt free. And that is possible. So you're learning from somebody that our family has done it. My family thought, just as crazy as this idea is today, on October 26th of 2024, it was about 7 years ago. I brought home the book. I'll tell you what it is right now. Not my book. Happy to share on the internet. It was the Dave Ramsey's The Total Money Makeover. Took us 1,752 days to accomplish paying off the first mortgage, second mortgage, and the college tuition for my daughter to go to WPI. And that was 5 months before she graduated. Okay, ready? Woo! Now back to you. So, of course, along this journey, while I break that down, I've publicly shared that on my Facebook page while it was happening. So there's probably some content about that. I want you to be empowered to learn how to chase the thing that makes you the happiest, because you need to be happy. You need to find your happy place first before any amount of money ever comes into your life, because chasing the money isn't what's going to make you happy. It's because finding your happy place, how about this? You can do that for free. All right? You can do that for free. I want to teach you how to charge for a consultation. And then this is the most important. And I want you to learn that time is the most valuable resource and you should never negotiate it for money. And I want to pause here for a moment. Had a lot of thinking, and I'm going to share something right out of the gate. I'm not about like, oh, wait, come back. There's more. Believe me, there's plenty more. My bad jokes will bring you back. And then, two, there might be things that I say that you don't agree with. That's okay. We're different people. Um, I'm open to feedback. What I'm not open to is cruelty. Okay. So, and I'll still love you from afar if things I say don't sit well with you today, but they might tomorrow. I've had some amazing mentors that have said what uh, and they used to teach us this, and it wound up being true. Uh, Something, whether pretend it's not even from me right now. Have you ever been in a class or in front of somebody where they said something and at first you're like, no, yeah, that really bothers me, and it causes friction a little bit. But then maybe later down the road, you're like, you know what? That kind of makes sense. That's okay. That's so okay. That is so okay. Let me tell you, it's so okay. I've got countless stories about that. But I want to talk to you right now about how time is most valuable. You will know how valuable it is when something happens in your life. And I got to say, I'm going to tell you a real personal story right now. And it's not to bring you down, it's to bring you into uh, reality. And there was this, had the fortune one time, blessing, I guess you could say, of the fact that I was very, very close to my grandmother on my would be my dad's side, and so at one point she wasn't doing well, and my cousin and I, my little cousin, we got to be there when she passed away. All right, and if you ever get the chance to be with a loved one when they pass away, it's a gift. It's a true gift. Now, the second experience wound up being then would be my dad's baby brother. Now, he had a special place in my heart. Of course, don't all uncles or aunts or relatives at some, there's somebody going to be in your family that does. But he was probably, I'd say, probably the closest connection that I would have had to my father. And father passed away when I was 4. And then there was Uncle Dominic, and he looked so much like my dad. Well, I got to have the honor to be with him, and be a support system when the time was coming, and he was unexpected that he was going to be passing away. And if you've never been with somebody when they pass away, neither had I. So on the first experience, um, my aunt said to brace yourself. Yeah, I didn't know what to expect. It was like a little, let's say, a little uncomfortable. Um, and I don't take this subject lightly, but to brace myself, I didn't know what else to do but honestly research it. So I did. So I at least knew what to expect the first time. And there was just a magical moment with my grandmother. But then coming home yesterday, I was thinking of my uncle. And if you haven't been with somebody that passed, I'm going to tell you what can happen. And it's a beautiful thing, just FYI. It can be unsettling. But the best thing is that if you have the opportunity to hold somebody's hand so that they're not alone, changes your life. It literally changes your life. So, and then what also happens is that when there can be somebody that's passing away, they'll have absolute surges of alertness, would be the right word. And so, one of the gifts that I got was, as when my loved one was passing away, uh, they got a surge to sit back up, a boost of energy, and they're like, Anna Marie, come here. Sit by me. Hey, Kathy, give me a cigarette. Hey? So he puts his arm around me and he says, Anna Marie, I'm going on a trip. So I say to my uncle, where are you going? So it was life changing. Okay. So anyway, and it's not anyway, just regrouping here. So I say to my uncle, where are you going, Uncle Dominic? Getting in your truck? And he was a truck driver. Yep, I'm getting in my truck. I said, going to see Grandma Loopy? Yep. I said, great. Gonna go see my dad? Yep. So, what I can tell you right now, you best make the best out of your goddamn time while you're here. And if you're going to be one of my followers, you better move your ass and make the best you can out of your life. So, wasn't sure how raw I'd get, but I don't make promises that I don't keep. Okay. So, and then as the story continues, I got to say goodbye to him, and he passed away on my birthday. So what a gift, right? So I think we're all here for a reason. I'm finding out what my reason is, and I want you to make the most of your life. Suggestions I can make is if you don't journal, start journaling, and enjoy being you. Be you. Uh, Technology, as I'm going to share how to future proof your own life for your finances, how to be creative, how to connect with other people, and we're gonna do this together. All right. So thank you. All right, and let's keep moving on. So I think you hit the point right there. All right. So I'm on a mission to just help other people. And let's talk about creating boundaries, people. All right, let's create some boundaries. What are your boundaries? Do you have boundaries? Have you even given yourself permission to say no? Or are you a people pleaser and you find yourself just totally drained because you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off and you just can't say no? And myself, I've been a hairstylist in a customer service industry for 32 years now, 30 plus years. So this one about creating boundaries. If you are in the service industry, I can 100% help you with that. That I will help once I will help you with that through tech in that. Okay. So then moving on, I'm going to help you learn how not to be afraid of tech and how to embrace it. I'm also going to I'm also going to help you learn how to see that working 9 to 5 actually sucks and will suck the ever living life out of you. Now, don't hit pause there. This is where when later on when we start moving and switching gears into automation, can I help your 9 to 5 if you're a business owner, your 9 to 5 professional job suck less. um, and that'll be through introducing you to different systems that can make your operations run smoother, more efficient. And then when you have operations that run smoother and efficient, you can at least pull some of your time back. Because listen, we're not getting out of this. We're not going to get out of this. So you got to make you got to make the best impact out of your own life as humanly possible, right? I'd love to help teach you how to learn how to make money through affiliate marketing that helps provide you leverage. Simple layman's terms. I just want to help you see that there's other real viable professional ways to make additional streams of income. Nothing weird. Um, we can't escape this world without making money unless they brought back the whole barter system. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Okay, learn that it's best to shut off the media news. Be mindful of what you watch. Learn how to inspire others to I want you to make your own online community. Um, and I want you to be able to learn how not to allow what others say about you affect you or and then how to make an impact online. This is really important to me. I was like looking for my phone as a prop, but I'll just talk. Um, Facebook was made in about 2004. So since it was made in 2004 and it's 2024, that's 2 whole decades. That's 20 years. So this is 10, that's 10, that's 20. So that's basically one generation now of there being a screen between us. So there's maybe some of the in-person social get-together kind of skill sets, like person-to-person skill sets that may have gotten, I'll say, a little bit rusty, or maybe that's a weak area for you, and I'm going to help you with that as well. Okay. And that actually right here, I'm going to actually show you along the way on actually how to use AI so that you can better deal with your emotions. And if you've gotten this far again, I am not a psychologist, okay? I'm just a creative, smart human being. And I want you to start thinking of yourself as that. The other thing I want you to do, if you're going to be one of my followers, do not compare yourself to anybody but the person in the mirror. Don't do it. When you're in the mindset of compare, you're in the mindset of despair. So don't do it. Okay. And given that I had somebody in my life prior used to say some very interesting things, they didn't take effect. That's why I'm here to let you know you don't have to believe anybody that's ever told you anything that was not your truth. You can love somebody from afar that has not been nice to you. And I'm sure we've all had a bully in our life at one time or another. I have fun. I have a podcast that talks about like how to respond versus react. Oh, and I'm on that right now. I didn't even see that. That's the next thing up. I want to be able to effectively show you through this year how to set up your own podcast because you have a story and it needs to come out. Okay? It needs to come out. Unleash it. And I don't want to hear, oh, I'm afraid. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's not me. That's somebody. Oh, I don't have time. Bull crap. Okay? Bull crap. I say bull crap. Okay. Because you make time for what's important, for what's going to make an impact. And you are what's going to make an impact. Okay? Are you really going to be that selfish that you're going to rob the world of your wonderful self? Okay? All right, so next on the agenda, I want to be able to help you learn how to simply enjoy living. Simply enjoy living. Like I really mean simply enjoy living. And how to create a life that really allows you the freedom to do so. Because guess what? The $1,000,000 mindset, I can tell you, yeah, I've come from absolutely nothing to have had the opportunity to literally stand inside the Egyptian pyramids. And I'm really happy in my Cookie Monster PJs. So, what money does, or more of it, or by becoming debt free so that there's a plane going by. I don't know if you can hear it. But by handling your money better, um, that in itself is so empowering that I'm gonna really need to probably share. Well, I'm gonna share that. Um, that it's you have money in your life. You might feel there's a lack of. I get it. And then having a system and just read that book, The Total Money Makeover, will help give you some of your uh, logical, systematic way to start pulling it together, or just even ask the bot at this point to give you the framework on the baby steps. And I can tell you, don't be hard on yourself when you start a goal. Just start. Okay. And then I want to help teach other people, and I'm going to teach you how to use vision boards to create your own future like a movie. Like, I'm not kidding. I am so not kidding. When you ink it, you think it, it can become a reality, and you can just use the power of your 5-year-old imagination, and just have fun with it. That's the whole point of enjoying a simple life, is to have fun. Have fun. Do you remember, or even now, this is a question I ask grown-ups. Uh, it's a great conversation starter, first of all, if you don't know what to say to somebody. Um, what did you want to be when you grow up? You know, and if you're thinking about that right now, you may or may not have, you may have an answer, or, or it used to irritate the snots out of me. I used to be like, why are you asking me what I want to be when I grow up? Let me be a kid. All right, let me be a kid. Or did you know what you wanted to be, but some other grown up that was your parent said, you're not allowed. You have to be this because we come from a generation of this, or, 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 or was it, life's too hard, so you have to do this because I want nothing for the best for you, and I'm your parent, so you have to do what I say. So when it comes to partially who we are, some of us handed down, some of it was dictated to us. You got a story, you got a story, or the other thing is maybe you were fortunate enough to actually become what it was that you thought you wanted to be when you were little. And if you are, raise your hand. And I can actually say I raised my hand. My story started in 1978. I was 8 years old. I saw a lady's hair braided into a hat in a style book. Can you imagine? A style book. And now I've been inside some hair groups for about 2 years. And I'm just going to be me. I'm just ad libbing this. And now we have people commiserating about the fact that a customer brought in a picture on their smart device that was generated by AI. Oh my God. Will the customers stop bringing in AI generated pictures? Oh, brother. One thing that I am really good at doing is helping you to just look at something maybe to your benefit. And we're going to talk more about that. I'm going to actually create different playlists within my YouTube channel, and I want you to do the same too. And I'm going to break that down as well on how to set up your YouTube so that this way, maybe you have professional interests, maybe you have hobbies, maybe there's a project that you want to do. And then this way, when you have your YouTube channel, um, you can, you know, people will be able to identify with you. Maybe you like to go golfing. I mean, you know what your hobbies are. Maybe you like dog walking. Maybe you like bird watching. Maybe you like video games. I used to love video games. All right. Okay. So then, and then this, and and ultimately, I want to help you realize that making $1 million, it's not rocket science. It just takes the effort of time and of your time and to do it in a different way. And so let's do this, okay? All right. So, whew, shake it out, shake it out. If I had music right now, I'd be like, okay, everybody stand up. Let's do this. Yay! All right. So as I'm trying to work out how it is that I'm going to do this, I'm winging it. I'm winging it, my friend. So then, given the broader vision of goals, a subdomain title that can involve my content would be a great idea. Because I'm like, where am I going to put this? Where am I going to put this? So you can see the idea. I'm just going to keep moving. And then I put here. Oh, which one did I think was funny? One of these I thought was funny. So I put both of these. Both of these are great. Here's a funny one for you. Okay. I think of the future so much. And does this make sense to you? Okay. So hang on with me. So here's the thing. once I'm going to talk about myself for a moment. And if you are a visionary, you're totally going to relate to this. Um, once I see something like this $1 million thing, right? I can really see uh, it. I can really see what happens if it happens quicker than anticipated. Okay. Do you still keep the $1 million ideas or will that be too small? and and the unlimited mindset for the average person might seem like too much woo woo Kool-Aid stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So this is how I talk to my bot. So you're learning something about the bot as I'm telling you my story? All right. so so it says, I get exactly what you're saying. You're essentially talking about creating a name that can expand without limits, something that'll go on beyond $1 million goal without feeling like it caps your potential. All right. So the bot says, here's the way I see it. $1 million ideas. You have one. And I remember this one time when I was 10 years old. I wish that I could, it's going to sound kind of funny. I wish I could shave my legs. Um, I'm Mexican, Italian, Irish, English, and Indian. And they only had shaving cream for men. And I remember in 1980 wishing that they had it for girls. Somebody came out with it. So there was an idea. Okay. So then unlimited mindset. So that would be for like abstract thinking. So then here they have $1 million ideas, freedom to build dot, my name, visionary journey, because this is going to be a journey, certainly going to be a trip. Okay. And so then I put this visionary journey, $1 million ideas. Is there a combo of this? So then it spit out some more. So you can see it spit out some more. I put, whoa, what about see yourself as a millionaire? Is that too long? So right out of off of a YouTube segment that I watched with Tony Robbins, this would be almost 6 years ago. Uh, he said, instead of running toward a goal, pretend you already have it. Pretend you already have it. So at the time, it was like I wanted to work on releasing some of my weight. I wanted to be a smaller size and I wanted to be a size 8. Did I accomplish it? Yes. I put the effort in. And then his point was at the time was feel right now that you already own your goal. You already have it. Here, I'm gonna throw it at you and you're gonna catch it. Ready? Because remember, we're going to do this like we're 5 years old. We're going to use our imagination. We're not going to even allow self-doubt come into the picture because you're going to approach this with the mind of a 5-year-old that you have your picture yourself as your 5-year-old self with the imagination. And do you ever remember being a 5-year-old going, "Oh, I can't do that"? No. All right, so here it is. I'm going to throw it at you. You're going to catch it. Did you catch it? All right. So now that you caught it and you're holding your big goal in your hand cuz you already did it. You already did it. It's already done. So now it's your turn. You're just going to need to put it together and you're going to need to share how you put it together with the next billion people on YouTube. Okay? So, follow along. So, I want you to see yourself as that person as of right now. It shortens the process, believe me. All right? All right. So then see yourself as a millionaire is powerful, even if it's a bit too long. Millionaire vision, see millionaire, yeah. All right. Think like a millionaire is fantastic. And then in here, it said something about, and I saw this before, future proof. Okay. And it says it's direct and motivational. I like cutting through the bull crap. Let me tell you, I've been marketing my own business. I've been self-employed since 1999. So I got into the beauty industry in 92. I worked in a handful of salons. They were too dramatic, mismanaged in my own, like, uh, for my liking, even though at that point I was just I know this is going to irk some of you if you wind up being, well, you are. I'm going to say some of you are going to be hairstylists following me. And the term baby stylists, if you're an experienced hairdresser cracking on the term baby stylist, just get over yourself. Okay. I can say that because I've got 32 years in. Hell, if somebody want to call themselves a unicorn stylist, just let them. So I'll bring it back to me. So I got into business in 92. By 99, I was the baby stylist, right? I was a stylist that had no knowledge. I was a stylist that had no business expertise. I was a stylist that had no business going out on working for myself, with the exception of the fact that if you right now have tenacity, if you have perseverance, and you have tenacity and perseverance, and a boatload of common sense, you can accomplish anything. And so that's what happened. Now, you're going to also see, because the video that I showed from this morning, of me walking into the backyard, showing you the house from 99, it was the least ideal time for me to go work for myself, because we had just signed the mortgage on the house in March of 99, March, April, somewhere that spring. And then right after that, somewhere around May, I was like, I can't work for a salon anymore. They're too dramatic. Oh my God, I just can't do it. Oh, I got to work for myself. And when I say dramatic, it was dramatic. Oh, the salon owner that was old enough to be my mother was dating the massage therapist that was young enough to be his son. There was a cat in the salon. The cat litter box was underneath inside the coat closet. And then CNN with the Columbine shooting, mass shooting, was on for entertainment, but yet the salon called itself a day spa. I rest my case. I move on. Okay. So let's go back to future proofing you. All right. So you will actually be able to future proof and protect your family by taking control of your finances on the front end, the middle, the journey, and the back end. And the back end, which could be your front end, by adopting the means of, even after watching today's video, just look up affiliate marketing. All right. It's gotten to have less of a stigma these days, I'd probably say, in the last, well, especially since 2020 and the pandemic, of needing a side hustle or side gig. The most important thing to do is, if you do find a company that will pay you for referring them, is that you believe in the product. You just, because uh, reputation is everything in my book. So you got to believe in it, because authenticity, authenticity cannot be manufactured. Um, People can see right through people that are fake, right? Okay, so then I'm gonna help you future proof. So then I was just like, all right. Well, I'm already anticipating like this influx of followers, just as you should. So you need to put this together in a strategic way, because then when people start raising their hand, oh, hey, I want more information. Well, you're going to need to what? You're going to need to have a funnel page set up, right? Don't worry. I'm going to show you how to do that too. Might not all be today, but today's one episode is going to give you enough that if I never posted another YouTube episode again, I'm sure that this one would be enough to at least spark the ideas to give you permission to think better about yourself, to consider becoming debt free, to looking up affiliate marketing, to before we get off, I will show you how to set up a domain, and I will figure out where this episode is going to end, but you're going to see very quickly how this can be done. Okay? You're going to also want to do this. You're going to want to personalize your journey. You're going to want to segment your audience, and then by segmenting them, when it comes to making money online, you're going to want to not just, nobody wants to be spammed, Oh, look what I have. Oh my God. I have the best thing ever. I have the best thing. It's going to fix your life. It's going to make your dog fly. Oh, you're going to have 12 yachts. You're going to fly to the moon privately, and everybody's going to bow down and kiss your feet. Bull crap. Okay. Bull crap. For the record, I own a salon. My husband owns a garage, and I know how to implement this stuff for real life. Okay, so what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have some forms. You're going to need to have some categories. And I was trying to see if it was the right direction to ask if it was okay to ask you what your profession is. So think of this whole setup as your setup as we work through this impromptu mic drop workshop. Okay. And okay. So the bot does recommend setting up the forms so that it can inquire about somebody's profession. It's not to get personal, but it does help to make sure that you are delivering content that your audience wants. Okay. So, what I can tell you is that your story is important. And I want you to think of your story like did you ever play with silly putty when you're a kid, or look up what silly putty is? And if you don't know what silly putty is, we'll even say Play Doh or clay, right? But I like when there was silly putty, and you could stretch it out, and I'm really going to date myself now. You could take the putty and put it on a newspaper. I'm really dating myself now. And when you pulled it off, it would actually pick up the ink, and then you could stretch it. And it was really funny because if you did that to the comics, you could distort things. Now, as an expert that happens to be as equally grounded in my creative side as well as the analytical side, what I can share with you is this. Allow yourself to visit either this side of the brain or that side of the brain, and then don't get too set up. Don't get too caught up in don't get too caught up in the little minutia of the details, okay, of having to stick to the script. I'm going to say that again. Don't get stuck in the minutia of having to stick to the details of the script. Here's why. When you were born, did they hand you a script? No. Would it have been easier if they did? Maybe, maybe not. Because if it was a movie, can you? Yeah. Oh, geez. Yeah. And don't mind my Beavis and Butthead chipmunk kind of laugh. How would your life be better, different? Would it be better, different, worse, or more enhanced if from the day you were born you were handed your movie script of what your life was going to look like from 0 to 18 or beyond? Okay? Now just sit on that for a moment, okay? If you've had past trauma, you know what? Pretend it was a movie. But now, you are the director. Yeah, you're the director of that. Shit. Okay? All right? So this is what's great. Action. Oh, guess what? You get to cut the scene. Action. You get to now drive your idea through YouTube and help inspire others. I mean, it's really not rocket science. Is trauma hard? Yeah, but you know what? I know people that have had the ideal setup where it looked as though that maybe they had a silver spoon and things went awry. And then maybe life is so unscripted, it's knocked the wind out of you and you got to get back up. But you know what's beautiful, and this is something I practice every day, and believe me, I'm not perfect. I've shown that already since in the last 24 hours. Is when I get up in the morning, when I put one foot down, I learned this from somebody else. I say thank. I put the other foot down, I say you. So what is it? Thank you. Thank you. My poor daughter. She was when she was about 12, she had a Fitbit and she kept what time is it? She kept it. I was like, what are you doing? She's like, I have to know what time it is. Have to know what time it is. Have to know what time it is. I said to her, this is what time it is. When the sun goes up, you get to see it. You say thank you. When the sun goes down and you see a sunset, so thank you. And if you wake up in the morning, you get to see sun rise again, say thank you. What time is it? Sun up, sun down. All right. So then, lastly, we get to this, and I had my fingers got jumping there when I went off on my little tangent. Okay, so create a funnel, yes. And then I said, I want something that's fun. I want something that's engaging. Why not think like a millionaire? Why not? Why not? And if that's too small for you, well, think like a billionaire. I don't know. That's the next level. But we all have to start somewhere. And here's the beautiful thing when it comes to if you have a business and you're afraid about increasing prices, uh, like say we'll use a round number for like a service. Say it's $100. $100 is not hard to attain, wouldn't you agree? The only difference between 100 and 1,000 is 10. And the only difference between 1,000 to 10,000 is a zero. And the only difference between 10,000 and 100,000 is a zero. And truly, the only difference between 100,000 and 1 million is 10. Okay? So this is what I came up with. And that is, I'm going to make this subdomain, which is think your way to a million. So this over here, this section of this tutorial is now somewhat sums up how you're going to do that. And then we're going to hop over here. We're going to hop over into my my marketing account. And so now what I'm going to do, and in my next video, I'll share what it is I'm using, but I'm not going to do that today because today is all about connecting the idea. So then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, and then I already went into my C panel. And so when it comes to hanging out with me for the year, I literally am going to show you how to set things up from front to back, and possibly even head to toe, because my special unicorn set of skills are literally I can help your personal image. I'm not going to talk about that today because I don't have my personal image face on today, but I know how to do that. So back here, I'm in my C panel, and so then let me go down to here you go. So I put think like a millionaire Ann Marie Walts. So now I'm just gonna take this. Whoops. Just gonna take this. Gonna take this. Gonna take this. Gonna take this. Get myself out of the way, and then gonna go over here. Think like a millionaire. Ann Marie Walts. And okay. and then continue, right? And I'm truly making this up as we go, and it's grounded in some life experiences I have. But the process is what I want to get across to you, that I'm just winging it, just like somebody else. And anybody or any of the big brands that we know today, it all started from an idea, right? What's your idea? And all right, so then now we're going to hit continue, right? So it's thinking, right? Set it up. Okay. So when you're setting this up on the tech side of things, there's a record that's called a CNAME. Okay. The host, that's where it's going to be pointing to. And what that means is when you put in the URL, you look up somebody's website address, that's where it's going to go. And then the required value, this is this other setting. So I'm going to just click this, copy this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go down here. Now I had already put it in here, but I'm going to edit this so you can see what it looks like. So in this case, with this particular host, I would put that in there. Here's the CNAME. And then this is where it's going to be pointing to, and then I'd hit save. Okay. Great. And then now it's over here, and then I'm going to hit verify records. It might take a little while, or it might take instantly, because I did do that part. Actually, that was the catalyst to hop on here to do this unplanned, unscripted, raw storytelling, conceptual idea from ground zero. Do-do-do-do. Okay, so now what we have is the beginnings of the idea. I'm going to leave it here because this is a good place to stop. And if you're like, no, wait, I want more. Well, you're going to have to come back. All right. So please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'm going to really bring to life how you can future proof things with tech, some crazy ass humor. I'm sarcastic. I'm Ann Marie Walts. If you watched it to this point, I truly want to thank you for your time. And I hope to make a difference for you so that you can make a difference for other people, because that's what puts food on the table. When we all make a difference in each other's lives, that in some way, shape, or form either obviously makes them like this. Don't you love it when you bump into somebody you haven't seen in a while and it's like, yay! That feel good feeling? The world needs more of that. Needs more of that, I'm telling you. And being able to give yourself permission to think differently, even if it makes you feel uncomfortable at first, do this. Shut up. Can change things for the rest of your life. But you know what's beautiful beyond that? It can change the next generation. So I don't know where you're sitting right now. I don't know what country you're in. I don't know if you're a mother, an uncle, a brother, a sister, an aunt, a cousin, a father, a daughter, a son, a business owner. You wish you were a business owner. Uh, uh, are you down on yourself because you failed in business? You didn't fail in business. You tried. Because let me tell you, maybe someone sitting next to you is wanting to try to start a business and they don't even know where to start. So you know what's great? You could actually, if you want to help somebody and you're embarrassed about like something that happened in your life, don't be embarrassed. Flip it. Flip that script. Ready? Say, flip the script. and then, make your own YouTube channel. Oh, wait. And it is funny. There is one more step to this. I can't leave you hanging. I'm not going to get in the guts of the funnel, but let's do this last thing together, because that's the other thing it told me to do. And hopefully all of this is being recorded. All right. So, because if it's not, wow, then I guess I will turn it into a voice recording, because that's one thing, is uh, double check your tech before you start. But I also asked, should I change the name of my YouTube channel? So it said yes. So if we're still looking, I'll see. Okay, so it said is it? And make sure that I did my, I'm going to make sure that I did my subdomain. No, not think like a millionaire. See, like that? You got to double check yourself. It was think your way to a million. So good. You get a little bonus here. All right. So I'm going to go down here, because that was the first idea. And I'm like, yeah, it's kind of lame. Oh, think like a millionaire. Yeah, who cares? Right? All right. So we're going to, I just want to copy this part, because this is what I'm going to need. Okay. So I'm going to go to add a record, and then think your way to, did I say, let's see, think your way to a million. That was it. Okay. So think your way to, was it one or A? You got to be my second pair of eyes. Okay. A million. A million. And think your way to a million. What's that mean to you? Think your way to a million ideas? Who knows? Okay. And we'll go here or go there. You must provide a valid IP address. Oh, wait a minute. Think your way to a million. Hold on. I don't need to put all that in there. I just need to put the subdomain. Oh, and then you have to change this to the C name. Then this goes here. And let me tell you something. I'm going to walk you through so much this year, and how some of the worst things that make you cry will promise you make you so successful. 9 years ago, I lost 7 years worth of content and 14 websites. So I used to be afraid of this back area. I'll help you get over that too. Okay, now we'll hit save record. All right. And I'm not going to bore you with going back to make sure it has taken effect. I'm going to jump over here to my YouTube channel. All right. So now what I'm going to do is see. So this here's my handle. This here's my name. I don't know if it's going to have enough characters to let me change the name. But I'm going to see if it will. It would be great if it does. Think your way to a million. Yes? 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 It'll be great if it does. Okay. Because then I can keep this as a marketing coach. But if this does, here we go. And if this is if this whole Loom video thing, you've been hanging out with me, it's been about an hour now. I greatly appreciate it. I really truly didn't expect to get that emotional. I am who I am in person. My family can vouch for that. If there was cameras, yeah, I could work on my attitude and temper at times. We all have it. I'm a work in progress anyway. So let's do this. You ready? But before I do this, make sure it's spelled right. Do you promise me? Hold up your hand. Do you promise me and wholeheartedly swear that you'll come on this journey with me? I moved 14 times. Excuse me, I went to 14 schools growing up in 12 grades. I was the invisible new kid. I'm not the new kid anymore. I am not the new kid. But despite that, I want friends. I want some friends. Um, I want to know that if you ever felt invisible, you don't need to. You don't need to. You don't need to. And I really don't want to do this alone. I've got a couple. I've got a handful of local. I got a handful of local friends. They cheer me on. And one of them, I did give them that book, Total Money Makeover, made a difference in her life. And then I have people in my immediate marketing circle that have already achieved some goals that I'm like, they're doing it. I want to try. So I don't want to do this alone. Can you imagine? Party of one, party of one. And I don't know about you. I'm kind of, I already mentioned it. Let's see. When it comes to lifestyle, do you like to travel? I like to travel. And I don't mind at all showing a picture of a, sandy beach. And I am not certainly opposed to anybody that owns a fleet of yachts. But you're not going to see me be rolling up in anything really flashy. If ever I do, well, you're gonna be right there with me. You're gonna be there with me. But I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna do my thing, and I want to help you. And let's do this together. And let's think. Have you think your way to a million? Do you think you could do that for yourself? And if you don't believe you can, uh, and you don't have that belief yet, or if anything I said to today made you go, oh, I wish I could do that, but you don't believe it yet, this is what I'm going to leave you with today. Then borrow my belief. Borrow my belief that you can. You're not there yet. I've already paved the way for the first round, and if I can, you definitely can, and you can do it better when you have a friend or someone that you feel like you can connect with, and you know something. How can I say this? Uh, Well, at this convention, there's a very couple of really cool, many cool keynote speakers. One of them happened to be doing an exercise about where are you living? You living in the past? You living in the future? Or are you happy where you are right now? Now, I can tell you, I'm extremely happy being me online. And that didn't happen overnight. I'm going to give you some more tips about that when you come back. I'm definitely going to help you. Actually, I've got content about that on my podcast. I'll drop my podcast in the notes in this one. And if there is content that you would like to see or you'd like me to shape some things about, or who knows, if we're the right fit, maybe you have a podcast, maybe I'll have you on my podcast. We can connect because I want this channel to really be not about money, even though I do know that I'm not going to give up until I attain my goal, like it's a marathon, because it's just fun. It's just fun. It's just fun. So I want it to be relatable that if you haven't ever had a relationship with money, to think that you're never going to have $1 million. Um, and I don't know what age bracket you are, but you know what the beauty of it is? I can work with anybody in any age bracket. So, and it's not just me that can help you. I love having a referral network because the best thing you can do for somebody is this. If you're not the right person for the job, find somebody that is. Because by not helping them, by referring them to somebody, you're helping them, right? So let's just have some fun together. I'm a real nerd. I'm a creative, and I'm a unicorn visionary that just wants to help make a difference in this world. And so I'm starting it this way, and that's it for today. So if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, please hit the subscribe button. Come back often, and let's just do this. All right. So thank you so much. All right. Bye.